extra we have to do to start?
No, just whoever is recording it besides myself and LCAT, nobody is in attendance, so, anybody else recording?
Okay, so for the first thing on the agenda, the minutes from April 2018.
Motion to approve. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Annual meeting. I suspect that this is the annual meeting.
This is the annual meeting.
Okay.
So we have to vote, chairman, vice chairman, and treasurer at the least. Sometimes we have an assistant treasurer. And then the last person is normally the member. And it's usually the newest person is usually the member for like the first year, so till you're comfortable. But you guys can do whatever you want.
Who was the treasurer prior to?
Who was the treasurer before?
Did we have a treasurer?
Was Jim.
Oh, you were the treasurer.
Rocco was
Rocco
vice
was-
chair.
Okay.
Joe was chair. Rocco was vice chair. He was treasurer. And then, right, who else just left? Was assistant treasurer, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the treasurer responsibilities?
No.
Okay.
Third in line.
I'm a little out straight right now.
Treasurer is good, just signing
Yeah.
checks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I can do that.
I'm good at
I
that.
will volunteer for that.
Okay, we all have to vote on that.
Mm-hmm.
I make a motion, we elect, is it
Danelle.
Danelle?
Yes.
As treasurer of the board.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Can I vote for
Opposed?
myself?
So ayes have it. We have a treasurer. Should we elect the chair next?
Sure, go ahead.
I make a motion, we elect Joe as chairman of the board. He's doing a great job, no reason to change.
Okay.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So Joe is chair and then vice chair. De facto, I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Someone needs to make a motion.
I'll make a motion for Jim to be the vice
Vice chair.
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. And then we have one more position.
It would be the assistant chair. I mean, the assistant treasurer. It's up to you guys.
What are the
I'm just-
assistant treasurer's responsibilities?
Just,
Check signing in my absence if I,
I think I could
so
handle
I
that.
think,
yeah,
is that correct?
budget stuff, all kinds of financial.
You'd be fine. Work
Okay.
together, yeah. Okay.
Someone's
so
gotta
I
make
need
a
to
motion.
Make a motion, Marilyn,
Mhm.
to be the vice treasurer?
Assistant
Assistant treasurer, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Opposed? All right. Anything else we need to do for the annual meeting?
Nope, we are good.
oh, that was good.
Okay. Certificate of substantial and final completion of Inwood Commons door.
Are these
Yay.
exterior doors?
Yes, we had 6 brand new doors put on the 6 buildings, and they are now locking with an intercom system. We did we did it at Quarry Hill 2 years back, and then we did it down here.
Okay.
So the certificate of substantial completion usually comes right around when the punch list comes in, and then the final completion comes right after. But they did the punch list, everything kind of got done all at the same time, so they submitted their substantial and their final all at once. So I just need a motion to give me permission to sign off, and then I can mail them in.
I make a motion that you sign off and pay them.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. So next, the AC policy date changes.
Okay. In your little packets, I do have air condition policy. I know it just was in effect last year, and it wasn't, I mean, we had, everything kept saying that it was, you know, the year was just crazy. Just it got hot really early, it stayed hot later, everything was record-breaking all year round. And our policy said from June 1st to September 30th, because of what happened last year, I think a good date would be April 15th to November 15th. If everybody agrees with me, then we can just vote that in and we can make the change in the policy. I can let the tenants know. I'm not too sure if they would put it in any earlier than April 15th, but unless they have medical issues.
So the units do not come with air conditioners?
Correct.
As far as an increase in electricity, we are up and running now with the panels?
Nope,
We're
solar
not?
panels is not
I
up
thought
and
that
running
happened.
yet, but it's going to be soon.
Oh, I thought that happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
I signed like 3,000 papers already, so hopefully it's gonna be like within the next month.
Okay.
So do they pay for their electric care or no?
No,
No. Okay.
well, it's included in their rent,
Okay. So they're only allowed one air conditioner?
correct. Yeah, the units are around 500
Oh, all
square
right,
feet,
yeah.
so one air conditioner
That's
is
plenty,
usually
yeah.
good.
Yeah, this makes sense to me.
I think so too.
Hopefully we don't have to change it again.
Right.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, this is what I do every day. So the heating spikes December to March. So if you can basically get them out by December 1st and April 1st, you're going to have hot days and you're going to have cold days in the spring and fall. And it would be nice for them to at least have the ability. Our air conditioning went on. And
We can do that, we can
In
do
April.
April 1st and November 30th or 31st.
up to you if this gives enough wiggle room. So if
I was kind of worried about the 15th to the 15th. I kind of,
So why don't we just make it the first?
yeah, the 1st to the 30th. I think that makes more sense.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do it April 1st to November 30th. That's good. That gives them plenty of time because the main objective is for them to have it out of their unit before the heating system
Yeah.
season
yeah,
begins.
it's November where it'll have some cold nights. Certainly in November, so it'd be nice to have them out. But during the day, it can
Got
get
some
warm.
cold nights in May.
Yeah.
The weather's crazy.
Everything else is good?
Everything else is
That's
good.
Is that the only thing that we changed on this?
Now, does maintenance approve them once they put them in, or is it up to them to get their energy approved, air conditioner, et cetera?
Yep, it's
Yeah.
all
The
up to them.
tenant, Yeah.
So I'll entertain a motion to amend the dates to April 1st to November 30th.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. So performance management review.
Okay, just to let everybody know, I think at the last meeting I told you the state was coming in to do a audit on our books. What they do is our tenants' accounts receivable, and they do the vacancies, and they also do the projects and work orders. And I got no findings. Actually, they said I was one of the better housing authorities in the area because right after I had this done, they called me to see, usually in Western Mass, I'm not too sure how many lawyers there are, but in each region, we usually have a lawyer, a free lawyer that DHCD pays for, and we haven't had one in 12 years.
Wow.
And we've been complaining for 12 years. and, because right now we all have to pay for an attorney if we need one. And so they called me and they asked me if I wanted to house them.
House them?
Yes. So I just have to give her a desk and a locking filing cabinet and a place, and it was kind of how they explained it to me. Because I did so good with this, it was kind of like icing on the cake, like, you know, so if she's there, I can kind of like throw questions at
Now, where
her
do you
or
have
him.
space?
I'm going to make some
Create
space. They said they'll help me, they'll give me a budget. She has to be, I keep saying she, but could be him or her, the attorney, has to become an employee of the housing authority, and they will have their own budget. But I would have to pay them like I would do anybody else weekly, and I would have to keep track of their vacation time, their sick time, like an employee does. So there's no contract, they would be under me as an employee.
But they're hired through DHCD.
Correct. I will be part of the hiring committee along with 2 other executive directors and 2 people from DHCD.
That's full-time.
They will be full-time.
Full-time.
And Western Mass, I mean, we're scattered. We're all the way up to Vermont, all the way out to New York, and all the way down to Connecticut.
So they would cover all of Western Mass?
Western Mass, yes. And there's housing courts in different days in different counties, and so that person's going to be very busy.
So they're gonna be out.
They're gonna be out a lot.
Off-site
Yeah.
most often. Will they have to use your office for like meetings and that kind of thing?
I
or-
don't know yet. We're going to figure all that out. I'm assuming they are supposed to be doing trainings. Most trainings are done in Holyoke because it's centrally located. I'm assuming they would do the same thing. I would think that if they have to do any type of conferences with other EDs, it would be in their housing authority.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting, something new and exciting to look forward to. But I just can't wait. We need an attorney. I mean, that was my first thing. Like, we need an attorney. I don't care. It's just we need one.
So previously you've had to pay them out of budget
Mm-hmm.
because there's no one.
And we always had a free one to our beck and call, so which was kind of nice.
Do you pay them as you use them, or
Yeah.
you pay them? Yeah, okay. And what do you typically need a attorney for?
Usually evictions.
You have to evict people, really?
Yes, we do.
Really? Non-payment of rent?
Oh, we do.
Really?
We
Wow.
do.
Wow.
Any lease violation.
Wow.
Sometimes, I mean, it's a long process. We
Yeah.
give them many chances
Yep.
to correct their behavior before we finally, you know, and we do. We give them numerous chances. So it's not like something that happens overnight. It's a long process. By the time we get into court, it's probably been a few years of, chasing
Yeah.
them. So it's like the final
Yeah.
straw.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
We understand
Isn't
that.
that with the elderly?
It's hard to evict somebody who's elderly though.
Yeah.
It's a really
It's
long-
not just elderly. I mean, we do have people that are
Individual homes, right?
families, and we do have people that are under 60 that are handicapped.
Okay.
So it is a variety of different age groups.
That's right.
So anyways, so
That's good. Good job. No
yeah,
findings?
no findings.
That's great.
They only had 2 little issues, but it was like, one was, I think this door project, it wasn't like completed. Like they want me to have 81%, and it was at 80%.
For God's sake.
And it's only because of the architect that was on the job. The punch list was done last December. This should have all been closed out at the end of the year. And it was like pulling straws for him to, get moving on the paperwork. I think they just get busy when it comes to the end of a project. I think they get busy starting other projects, and then they gotta finalize some. So I was after him all winter, and as you can see here, it is May, and he's just sending, he sent the paperwork. We finally got it in April.
Who creates this report, the treasurer report?
The accountant, the
I
accountant
didn't know.
does.
Okay. So he sends us on monthly, quarterly?
It's
Monthly?
sent, he gives it to us monthly.
Okay.
Sometimes I just give it quarterly, because sometimes I just feel like having a lot of this paperwork is, you know, it kind of builds up. Actually, it brings me to one other thing. I just went to a conference, and one of the things they talked about was somebody brought up board members. It was a conference called Ask Your Attorney, so it was packed full. And one of them asked about this paperwork. And if anybody would like, if you are done with this paperwork at any given time, you can just give it back to me or
Yeah.
not even take it home.
Right.
And I shred it.
That makes sense.
That way you
Yeah.
guys have to have to keep track of things. Keep what you want, but when you're done with it, you can just bring it back in and I can shred away.
What is Red Rose 667 and 705?
667 is elderly and 705 is the families.
Oh, okay.
We have 4 vacant units.
Correct. And 2 being the houses. I have 2 houses that are vacant that are being worked on at the moment.
Okay. Are the other 2 elderly houses being
Correct.
renovated,
They're just regular clean and paint.
clean? The
Where
floor
are you?
looks nice, by the way, in McLaren House. The new floor
Oh.
they're putting in.
Oh, you were up there?
Well, I was just over there today. It looks
Oh.
nice. Nice
Good.
and clean.
Yep.
Where are your houses located, your single family? I'm
Those?
sorry, I ask a lot of questions, but I really.
No, they're
Yeah.
scattered around town.
Mhm.
I'm really not supposed to
Oh, all
give
right.
out addresses, but I
Gotcha.
could
No, that's
tell
fine.
you
That's fine.
where they,
Yeah.
what streets they are or something like that.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
Just for confidentiality.
Sure.
I think most people in the neighborhood know, but it's supposed to kind of be confidential.
I appreciate that. Yep. No problem.
Great. Anything else on the agenda for today?
I think I am good. I think there's just one other thing. I don't think we're going to have a meeting in June, just a heads up. And probably see everybody in July.
Great.
Sound good?
I'm on vacation in July.
The second
I
Wednesday?
think I will be around on the 2nd, so as long as nobody else switches. It's been a crazy time.
So the next meeting would be in July on the 2nd or on
The second Wednesday.
the second Wednesday, so the 11th.
Oh, yeah, the 4th is... No, I'll be here on the 11th. The 11th, we just agreed on, right? Yeah. Okay. So no changing. Are we gonna meet someplace else other than Inward, or did you wanna do
We
Village Green or
can,
something?
we can go
or-
down to the village.
I'm just thinking that Vinny had stressed that he really wanted to see other housing.
I don't have a
So-
vacancy down there, but by July I might. So sometimes
Okay.
if there's a vacancy in the area, we can go in and
Just to see
take
it,
a look
maybe.
at it.
So Village Green?
Correct.
Good.
Okay, we'll do that.
Village Green is one on John Street.
Correct.
Okay.
July 11th, Village Green,
4:30.
4:30.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Meeting over at
4:49?
4:49.